back to the channel. We have a wonderful snowy day here in the Rocky Mountains, and I got a knife video for you guys. We're gonna go over my top 3 knives that I've had for probably about 2 years now, that I've used anywhere between hunting, camping, you know, just all around camp knives, bushcraft, and everything else. Holy cow, that was not planned. Got a little snow falling here. We just got dumped on. So yeah, we're gonna we're gonna show you guys a knife video. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so we're gonna jump into it. Here's my 3 knives. We're gonna make this a really quick, fast video. This is my PCO neck knife. I pretty much, if you see a lot of videos, I have this knife with me all the time, carrying it. This is a PCO neck knife from Sasha Knives. I believe I'm saying that correctly. They're made by a gentleman in Colorado. You can order them online. They're a little hard to find. Now, I'm going to tell you the prices on these. Now, they are fluctuating back and forth. I don't know what they're going to be at the time you watch this video, but 2 years ago when I purchased this knife, it was around $320. It's got a really good sheath, stays in there good. I put a paracord lanyard on there with a little brightness to it in case I lay it down. That way I don't lose it. I don't think they make this paracord anymore. I think it's a Southwest Native American designed paracord that you used to be able to order. Pretty cool paracord. I don't know if they still make it anymore, but all right, so here it is. This is probably the knife that I carry with me 99.9% of the time. Like I said, anytime I go out in the woods, it's on my neck. If I'm doing fishing or anything really outdoors, this is the knife I go to. It's a nice small little knife. I wear a size X large, so a large glove, so you can kind of get a feel for my hand size. This is a PCO knife grind, really corrosion resistant. I think it's an 01 tool still, so I mean, you know, you still got to be a little careful, but it does have some resistance. Very sharp, easy to sharp knife with that Scandi. Does wonderful job feather sticking, starting a fire, has a really nice sharp spine. It's just been a very, very good knife. Like I said, I've carried this knife with me all the time. This is my go-to knife whenever I'm just doing something outside. In the summer, if I'm not bringing a lot of gear and I'm just doing like an ultralight day hike up top of a peak or something, usually I'll just take this knife. It's just enough to where, you know, in a survival situation, you could definitely use it to make fire and shelter if you spend a lot of time doing stuff and, you know, build up your skill set. Really, this is all you need. It's, you know, it does really good cleaning, game and stuff like that. So yeah. All right, so this is my next knife. It's a very special knife. This comes from a friend of mine who makes knives. His name's Woody Smith from Wood Steel Knives. I'll link the link to his website so you guys can go in there and buy one if you want. This is called the Wood Muck. It's actually, I think this is probably almost a one of a kind. He used a very special grind on it. He made some knives for Junkyard Fox called the Snake Eater. I don't know if he's still making those knives anymore, but this was kind of a one-of-a-kind knife from him because he put a special grind on it. Like I said, now this knife I don't beat the crap because it's very special, but anytime I need a big knife, this is the one I usually grab. If you'll notice, it's a very, very thin knife. Originally, this was a flat grind design, and what he did was he put a flat grind to Scandi, kind of a hybrid, if you can see. So here's your flat grind. Goes down into a Scandi. There's his camera shaking a little bit. There's his little maker's mark. It's a woodpecker, pretty cool. White liners on it, on my Carta handle and all that jazz. But yeah, super thin knife, really good. Now it's not the best batoning knife. It will go through, and baton is just fine. But a knife this small, I wouldn't want to baton on anything too major, you know, and risk mucking it up. But this is a really good overall camp knife if you just want one knife to take camping. Anytime I'm just taking one knife with me, like overnight or something like that, and I know I'm going to take like a hatchet, this is the knife I take. Definitely very sharp spine. This is the sharpest spine out of the 3 knives that I have. But yeah, and if you guys notice a theme with my knives, I love non-contoured handles. I love just smooth, simple designs. I don't like stuff with grooves and stuff like that. I like just smooth, flat handles. And he did a wonderful job on this knife. Comes with a JR Industries sheath, is who he buys his sheaths from. So you got your fire steel there, and you got your dangler. But yeah, wonderful knife. I think you can pick this one up for around $300. He may have come up or down on prices. I don't know. I I haven't looked at his pricing for stuff in a while, but yeah, great knife. All right, last but not least, this is probably my workhorse, and if I have a knife that I'm just gonna beat the crap out of, this is the knife I go for. This is a Battle Horse Knives Scout Platoon knife. Now, inevitably, this is probably the most comfortable handle out of all my knives, just because I really love this handle design. There you go. All right, so you can see this one's a little bit more marred up where I just beat the crap out of it. But yeah, this one, it's just got that smooth broomstick handle knife is what it's called. It's a very large knife. If you're wanting just a good survival knife or a long-term knife, if I was gonna go stay out somewhere for like a week or 2 weeks or stay somewhere out for a month in the backcountry, this is the knife I probably would take, just because it can take a lot of abuse, just because of its size. It's got a 90-degree spine. Wonderful in starting fire. Now, this is not a Scandi. This is a what they call a saber grind. And the reason I went with the saber grind on this, it's just a little bit more all around. It does everything decent. It doesn't do anything super well, as in it's not like the perfect for fire tinder making for small stuff. It's not perfect for many different stuff. It's just a good all-around standard knife. It does everything really well. Jack of all trades, expert of none. But it does everything well enough. Now, very comfortable. This is really made out of this design. I don't know if they advertise this on their website, where they got their design from, but this is really very similar to a French trader knife up in the Great Lakes, northeast Canada. The French trading company, when those big days were going, this was kind of the knife design a lot of them used up there. It's just a very good overall task knife. I will say the only thing I don't like about the knife is the sheath. Now, I think this is their Battle Horse Knives proprietary sheath, and it's a good sheath as leather, but they just don't hold their, they loosen up, as you can see. That's very loose. I will say the sheath doesn't hold its form as well. It's a very soft leather, which it needs to be tightened up a little bit on there, but I'm actually ordering a custom sheath for it. I've had this for a few years now, and there's a different sheath that I would like. Maybe I'll make a video on that when I get it. But yeah, it's just it's a good all-around heavy-duty knife. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Just a quick video on my top 3 knives that I have going on for 2024 and this year. Like I said, I've had all these knives for about 3 years. The Wood Muck from Woody Smith, you can pick that up for, I think, under $300. The Shasta knife is around $320, I do believe is what I paid for it. And the Battle Horse knives is around $280. So they're definitely not cheap entry-level knives, but if you've been doing this for being out in the woods, adventuring, bushcraft, survival, camping, hiking, anything like that, and you do it a lot, and you've been doing it for a long time, it is worth the money to go on and invest in some more expensive knives. Like I said, I've gone through a lot of knives over the years, and this is what really works for me. May not be for you. I know this is a very specific knife situation, and I really like those knives. And they're knives that I feel comfortable with, that if I had to go out and live for, 30, 40, 50 days out in the mountains, those are knives I can depend on. I don't have to worry about them. I'm familiar with them. I know how they work. I'm less likely to cut myself and get hurt because I've used those knives so much. Especially if you get a good high quality fire steel, you can always have fire. Even when it's wet like this, there's snow everywhere. This is a very wet snow this year. Usually later on in the year, we get a more dry snow. So starting fire out in this environment is a little bit easier. Right now, having good fire steel, having good fire starter, that's the main thing I use my knives for, to be honest with you, is getting fires going. But the most important thing, I think, for a knife is to have something you feel comfortable with. It's dependable, and having a knife you trust and you know its limitations, and you know it's a high quality knife, you know it's from somebody good. Don't buy Chinese stuff. Every one of those knives I have is American made knives, and the best of my knowledge, that's all American source steel. So, it's supporting local economies, and they're just good, high quality knives that, like I said, I go back to this again, that I can trust, and I know they work. I know I can rely on them. And when I buy gear, I think of gear that I'm going to wear long-term out in the woods, stuff that if I had to go stay indefinitely out in the mountains, that's the quality that I hold my gear to, is stuff that's going to last me a lifetime, stuff that I can count on. Like example, I want stuff that's really dependable. Like right now, a lot of times in the winter, I'm wearing pretty much everything I'm wearing is wool. This is a wool jacket. This is a wool shirt. I'm wearing merino wool base layers. You know, I don't have a whole lot of stuff on, as you can see, but it's high quality stuff, and I know I can rely on it. I know I can count on it to last, and it's going to be there for me when I need it the most. And poor man pays twice, as my dad always used to say. So I'd rather go on and invest in something more high quality that I can really count on and rely on. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please, if you watch this video, hit the subscribe button. I'm desperately trying to grow my channel and get those numbers up and get going. The algorithm is just not really friendly to smaller startup creators nowadays, just because of how much content there is. And so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and this channel. This channel is really going to be about mountain adventuring and stuff like that, and I really want it to be something that sets apart from just the tabletop gear reviewers of people that don't actually go out in the field and give you great sceneries, give you experiences and stuff on how stuff actually works and how you can count on it and rely on it. So, hope that was a really good video for you guys. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe for more content. Got some more videos planned. And hey, get out there, use your gear, have fun, be safe, enjoy the outdoors, respect it, leave it better than you found it. See you on the next video.
So high, I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right.